From our nation's capital, where very little seems quiet, familiar, and comforting these days, how about a little Big East basketball? The number 9 Villanova Wildcats facing the Georgetown Hoyas in the Big East opener for both teams in a slightly unfamiliar place. The tap.
Important for Georgetown to stand their ground early. That's not the way you do it. Just too easy.
Shot clock down to 5. Picking. Got the turnaround over the top of Gillespie. A mismatch inside.
There, you got to run at Samuels with the hand up. Make them drivers.
You are going to see a lot of three-point attempts tonight.
Turned into something special for Patrick Ewing from the perimeter.
That's a pretty move up and under for Jermaine Samuels, the senior from Franklin, Massachusetts.
Got to start to try to run some guys off that line. They've just missed open shots so far, Villanova.
Villanova cold from the outside. Their signature, of course, is the 3. Georgetown's is this year, too. Rebound on the putback for Wahab, and Villanova's going to want a timeout, down by 5. Easy and at the same time difficult to learn, but once you've got it, that's when they look like that, moving the basketball.
Yeah, too far from the basket.
Now he's right where he needs to be, inside, and up over Robinson Earl. This is the rebound.
Look, but these kids, you know, I don't know if the YouTube videos of Patrick Ewing were in color.
Jeff Villanova doesn't want, but help arrives. That's good ball movement to find the shooter. Moving around the perimeter. Gillespie quiet so far. And that breaks an 8-0 run.
Step through, keeping the pivot foot down. Says, you know what, I can get this anytime. Let's run some stuff. Put a little bit more pressure on this defense, and there you go.
Right to the hole, and a chance at a three-point play for Samuels.
Transition time. Here's the key. Who's going to handle the ball and make the decisions for Villanova? With Gillespie on the bench and
poised potentially to break out this year.
Play multiple positions. He's strong. Will post you up.
Bile hits from the top. That's Dante Harris, the freshman. High off the glass.
Every time you saw him, he always had something for you. Inspired all of us.
And 2 for Swider along the baseline. Just over the halfway point here in the first half. And once again, the freshman Dante Harris find the range right now from 3. Working his teammates. Villanova's 3 for 12, but Georgetown is hitting him. Donald Carey drains it from the left corner. A mismatch along the inside. Another drive off balance, and the freshman hits again. Dante Harris with 6 here in the first half. A pretty good three-point shooter, but right now he's 2 for 14 to begin the season from beyond the arc. And there's that position inside again. No answer for Wahab.
That's the target that I'm looking for if you want the ball.
Robinson Earl answers back.
What I like is that Georgetown's playing a man-to-man offense against
down to 10 or under by halftime. That would take some work. Robinson Earl, second 3 of the first half. A much improved player. Deep range for Gillespie.
That timeout's what I call a respect timeout. A lot of coaches will say they got to get their guys back together. That's a respect.
Hasn't had to do much.
Look what they're doing, though. They're having patience. They have decided that leaves guys open and great.
He's got 1 shy of his career high here in the first half. Playing defense at the other end, and there is a statement from Brandon Slater. Junior out of Centerville, Virginia. See if that's something that changes the momentum. It may, as Gillespie nails one right in front of the Georgetown bench. On the drive, Moore right to the hole. Replay showed the ball was still on his hand. He is 3 for 10 from the floor right now. Little teardrop in the lane for Javon Blair. Samuels stymied by the big man, and Gillespie drains the 3.
To find is Gillespie. Can't give him any airspace.
And a nice soft touch from the senior. Catch and shoot again for Gillespie. Got it.
Gives your teammate a chance to get there and recover.
That's Swider's shot, and he got it, a three. He had a three-point ball game on this trip down the floor. Boy, is changing it up defensively. Gillespie says, "You're not changing me." Tie game at 50.
It's probably one of his more core moves of the game.
From the corner, that's the lead for Villanova. And another timeout for Patrick Ewing. This is amazing how quickly the tide has turned here at McDonough. Brand new ball game. Bile got it from the elbow.
Got away with a little push off there, too.
That's the guy you got to lean on right now if you can do it. And Blair on the fadeaway. Might not have been an easy one, but it worked. That's a good take to the hoop by Pickett.
It didn't allow them to get that settled.
Swider catch and shoot. Robinson Earl has liked that spot from about 18. And liking it more as he drills that one and puts his team back on top by a point.
You can't shove someone in the back. You're never going to get away with it.
Little floater and a big-time take from the big-time player.
I think if I'm Jay Wright, at some point, you got to try to get Samuels back in the game. I just think they're just so disruptive, and now look at create your offense for you.
This is impressed tonight. Daniels again. Got it again. 18 points and a 7-point lead for Villanova. 5 full minutes. And right there for the putback, Brandon Slater. Slater tried to buy a foul, but he wasn't getting his Pickett hits. And Georgetown's going to back off here. That will bring us to an end of the Big East opener for these two teams. Villanova turning this one around by some 31 points from when they were down by 18 to winning it by 13 and improving to 5-1. A 16-2 run to end the game for Colin Gillespie's team as Villanova wins their Big East opener over Georgetown.